Hi. Welcome to my stream.
You know what I mean? It's just my stream. This isn't a dream. Except for the one person who says they're sleeping to the stream.
Is the mics working?
Are the mics working?
Yeah, they're working.
They're working. Now, is the game audio working?
I don't know this game. Let's see if it, like, makes any sounds.
That was a sound.
Yeah, there's some sounds.
There's tiny sounds.
Although, you're supposed to be quiet in this game, so shh, everybody be really quiet while I try and get this in. Like, I grunt, like, so loud, like,
Dumped.
Wait, what was that?
A lost game.
Dumped. Yeah, what was that? Ungoogleable?
It was like, well, I bet we could find it if we tried. It was like Windows Golf. It came with like Packard Bell Home Center.
Uh-huh.
Anybody know?
Damn it.
We'll have to try and find that
Nobody knows.
game.
Nobody was born.
No one was born, but I remember distinctly. I remember taking home this game. It was like part of a pack, you know. And it was a golf game or a fishing game. I think it was a golf game. And if you got it wrong, the guy was like, "Dumped." It was like super fast enough that parents didn't complain. Dumped. Dumped.
Parents were vocally complaining today about bad words.
We were like, I mean, I feel like that's a testament to the age we grew up in. Like, it was probably, you know, because by the time we were kids, Satanic Panic was already a joke. You know, it was like things that parents were like hyper complaining about was like something that was on our radar.
Yeah.
Like The Simpsons showed us that parents complained and we would read stories in the news about parents complaining. So like that was like our basically like our thanks Obama. Like something would change that we didn't want to change and we'd be like, well, parents complained about that and that's why it changed.
We were talking about a commercial for like a toy, like a cat, like a toy cat that like they showed like a CGI mouse looking at the cat and like grabbing his chest and passing out. Like, what the hell was this toy? And then later they changed it because parents complained.
We have no proof, but I think we're probably right. Thinking about that now. They took out the mouse grabbing his chest and dying of a heart attack.
And we both noticed it, and somebody, you know, you or Jackie was like, what happened? And it was like, parents complained. And then we just made that a joke, like, for everything.
Everything that changed, you know, they don't have the purple donuts at the donut place anymore. Parents
complained, yeah. It's you know, turning their kids' mouths blue. Parents complained.
Yes. Right.
Well, because nobody has any power except parents.
Parents complaining. Well, now it's not parents. Now it's people specifically who don't have kids who complain
it's the
about
people who have been lining up around the block to get Halo 2 for 25 years.
Yeah, the people who are going to pay $1,000 for their next console.
Oh my god, that's true. That's what they announced, that the PS6 or whatever.
Yeah, whatever the hell it is.
$1,000.
$1,000.
Did they even stop making PS4 games?
Did they?
Well, I'm pretty sure that a lot of people are still using the PS4. I remember reading something about how like isn't GTA 6 coming out for PS4? No, probably not.
But no,
but Elden Ring did.
Too many of the girlfriends won that fight between her and the PS5.
I'm pretty sure that was I'm sure that was probably the the console, the console limitations just like push them to make it like, you know, the last GTA game was like 15 years ago. So like you wouldn't, you know, Sony might not be happy with them if they don't make it exclusively for the new generation.
Right. But yeah, then you're gonna like you're gonna have to pay $100 for the game and $1,000 for the console. Nice shot.
Oh my god. Now the $100 game doesn't sound so bad.
Yeah, it doesn't sound so expensive after all. Just get it for PC. Like, why wouldn't you just get a PC if it costs $1,000?
Yeah.
For $1,000, you can build a pretty good PC.
Yeah, except the price of that is going up.
That's true. The RAM is expensive. You're gonna have to harvest all the RAM from your other computers
Or
to
from
build
your
this motherfucker.
PlayStation.
Yeah, right. Just pull it out of your PlayStation. The RAM. I heard it might go back down again because a lot of these OpenAI contracts.
Complained.
Well, I'm a parent and I'm definitely complaining about it right now. Because it's expensive to build a Linux computer for my son.
You think the long-awaited deflation of the bubble is happening?
Well,
I'm inexplicably deflating. How embarrassing.
I mean, that Disney deal did seem to take the wind out of their sail.
Well, yeah, I mean, it felt like Disney believed in their software, then, like, you know, there was a reason to believe it had a real, you know, a real value. But no, it's not worth $1 billion.
No,
it's pooped. I mean, they could have made like 10 movies with that money.
With that money, I know. I mean, you can say the same thing about the metaverse, like all this poopage shit that some moron believed in.
Yeah, it's pooped.
Yeah, I mean, you know, I, you know, we can't take that money that was wasted on this bullshit and assume it ever was going to be spent on anything good or even culturally interesting. We have to just chalk that up. But I would be satisfied if the price of RAM went back down.
Yeah.
That would be fine.
Yeah, maybe things will just go back to normal. Maybe things will just back to normal. We'll go have brunch. What happened?
Now, brunch moms are out for blood now. Like, brunch moms are really fucking mad. They're in the streets now. Only the politicians who have very specifically lost to Donald Trump in a presidential election are still wondering what happened.
What happened? Who did this? Oh my god, I'm sucking.
Yeah, you're suckathin.
So, Tiger Woods is not in this game, but if it had been released like 2 years later,
yeah,
he would have been the only character in this game.
Yeah, you would choose between Tiger Woods in like a blue or an orange shirt.
It's like Bart. Sometimes he's wearing that blue shirt. It's like weird.
Yeah, that's not on brand. That's not part of the merch design guide.
Say he was in the news. I don't even know
Bart.
who's Bart was in the news for cutting a head off the statue. No, Tiger Woods was in the news because he flipped his car.
Again?
Yeah, that's the thing, that like this has happened before, like in like the 2000s or something.
In like 2010 or so, Tiger was in a car accident, and at first everyone was really worried about him, and then they found out that he got into the accident because he was busy cheating on his wife. And then nobody felt sorry for him anymore. Am I remembering that correctly?
I don't know. I wasn't really paying attention to that. I do remember there was him cheating on his wife. So I guess that overshadowed the whole flipping his car thing because I didn't even know that happened.
Yeah, I don't
back
think he
then.
flipped his car last time, but it was an accident. Mutant Astronaut says they just got brain surgery last week.
Oh wow.
How are we doing? Well,
oh yeah,
fine.
me too. I also am doing well after brain surgery.
Hope you're healing up all right. That sounds like, I feel like that's got to be the most intense kind of surgery you can have, unless they found a way for it to be non-invasive. Is there that where they just go like beep, and that's like it?
They just cover your bald head with grease and then put like a ultrasound on it.
Yeah, exactly. They give you a little jelly on top and they're like, oh, we can see your brain. Oh, I think we lost the bleeps, the creeps, and the sweeps.
You can feel the brain kicking.
I hope you're doing okay. It sounds like you're recovering from it.
I mean, he's listening to Thingus. I don't know if he is.
Back to Thingus as usual. What shall I do with my precious
a show
life?
for people with no brain.
That is true. We are all like post lobotomy here on Thingus.
I was thinking about that song I wrote about our school principal, about how he has no brain, and how like I would like slam my fingers on a door in the middle of a song, just start crying, and that just became part of the song.
Okay, let me see if I can remember this song. It was like, I'm gonna say beep for his name. It was like, beep has no brain. Shh. He might be watching.
Well, I think we can drop might because
He
R.I.P.
died. Yeah, he died a couple years ago. He lived out the rest of his natural life. Vengeance is ours.
We're only censoring his name to protect his soul.
All right, you want to hear about Mutant Astronaut's brain surgery?
Yeah.
They did the most non-invasive way possible through the eye. The
Oh.
left side of my face will be numb for a couple of months, and my eye looks swollen to hell. I have a small laser follow-up on Monday, but by the end of the month, I should be in a much better place. That's amazing.
Wow.
But also terrifying that they operated through your eye. I don't know what I would want more, for them to cut a little hole in my skull or operate it through a hole that already exists in my head.
Did they take the eye out or just like through the
No, I
eye
think they went
hole?
through the cavity, yeah.
Wow.
Like they ran one of those, like when you have to drill sideways. So there's like this attachment you can put on your drill that bends the drill head, and then when you drill, it's like but it's like at a 90-degree angle.
Uh-huh.
I'm gonna just assume that that's exactly what it was, right? Just a thin little surgical bit, shaped exactly in the path it needed to go through the eye, where it then was, remotely controlled by brain surgeons. This is also the second time doing this. You had this when you were 21. They had to remove a tumor.
Wow.
Oh my God. I'm sorry you've had tumors in your brain. That's the kind of thing I really take for granted I don't have.
Yeah, I have them, but I take for granted for the fact that I do nothing about them.
Yeah. Well, that's also privilege. I had an MRI when I was a teenager because my parents were afraid I had tumors in my brain. I had headaches all the time. And
Oh,
it
man.
was because I was a teenager and like, I was going through I was going through hormonal changes and my life was full of stress and I was eating badly. Like there's all these reasons, completely unchecked, why I was suffering from headaches all the time. But they did find like some cysts up in my sinuses, so like that was probably not helping either. My parents were so scared though that
Yeah.
I had a tumor. They got me an MRI. But as far as I know, now I'm fine. Um, what should we talk about? What's new this week?
Um,
I just saw the spaceship go up into space. Um,
yeah. When I was born, like the day I was born, a spaceship went into space. And that was a big moment for NASA because I don't think I don't think anyone was over the Challenger explosion from just a few years before.
yeah, I mean, even now, I don't think anyone's over it. Like,
No.
I was watching that footage, and when it gets up high enough, you're like, did they all just die?
Are
No,
they
no.
okay?
Are they okay? I don't see any ship anymore. I just see flames. Are they okay?
You're looking at everyone else. It's like the baseball game. You look at everyone else to see what happens.
Yes.
Like everyone's reactions tell you what's going on.
Yeah, and I mean also like it goes up so high that it starts to look like it's going down again. And you're like, is it falling? I already knew that the ship had successfully taken off before I showed it to Oscar, but now I'm thinking like if I had watched that live with him, I would have been extremely anxious about what I was showing him.
Yeah. Just just tell him beforehand. Now, buddy,
No.
sometimes these don't go exactly right.
Sometimes these nice, cool astronauts all die in flames.
And, these are really brave people.
Yeah, yeah. Well, they're still, they're still up there. They're not coming down for a while. But I think takeoff is the most dangerous.
Well, yeah, if there was
part.
an accident on the way back, but they wouldn't care. They would be like, mission accomplished.
Oh, I forgot about that. They were still up there. Well, there was that guy that was stuck up there for like months. Do you remember that?
I remember that movie.
No, there was a guy recently.
Oh, wow.
He was stuck and like Elon Musk had to get him home. I was like, that guy's never coming home. It took a really long time. He had to catch a ride.
Wow.
He had to catch a ride with like some Tesla shit. Do you feel like does it fill you with wonder that they're up on the moon again?
Are they actually going to the moon or are they just flying by the moon?
They're flying around it. I think like as far as I can tell, maybe somebody can clarify, but as far as I can tell, they're trying to establish a more permanent residence on the moon or near the moon or around the moon. I mean, it sounds to me, just based on the companies that are involved, it sounds like, there's a lot of interest in furthering a space tourism and, like privatizing the travel to space.
Oh, I see.
And, that means that there's no fucking future in any of this for any of us.
So it's boring, is what you're saying.
Well, I don't know. I might be wrong. Like, I'm sure people can tell me why the fact that they're going to the moon after like 50 years is important. I don't know. but it was cool to see the ship take off, but I don't know, man. We already went to the moon. Like, what else you got?
Well, we're never going to Mars because it's too far away.
Have you guys been seeing all the indie animated things that have been taking off as of late? A lot of industry pros are using crowdfunding because big studios aren't greenlighting anything anymore. I've seen people complain about big names taking away from smaller projects, but I want to watch people I like make cool stuff. No, I don't know what you're talking about. Do you know anything about like projects getting crowdfunded lately? I mean,
Not no. I mean, these aren't crowd funds. I don't think they're talking about. They're talking about like big name artists getting budgets for making shows, and they're still somehow indie, even though they're gigantic
oh, I see.
productions.
So what? They're getting like Netflix money.
It's just the word indie. It doesn't mean anything. It just means industry.
I see.
It's just like YouTube, like you're making stuff for the algorithm. The algorithm is where the money comes from. It comes from, not patrons, but from millions of views.
Mm,
So, it doesn't seem like anything new to me. It doesn't seem like anything independent. It seems like more of the same industry.
but there's
But
like
with
more
more-
animation getting funded.
It's like with more like internet, well known on the internet named people involved.
I see. I see. So are there like new animated projects coming out of this?
Yeah, but I don't know what they're called.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I guess wherever the money is, if the talent goes there, then there could indeed be an explosion of new and interesting things. Like, but I've personally lost a little bit of hope. I think you and I were talking about the idea that like GTA 6 is capitalism's last chance to make art, right?
I guess, yeah.
That like capital is not really producing art anymore. There used to be this contradiction to capital, that capital doesn't care whether it makes great art or not, so it occasionally does. And lately it seems like it's harder and harder for that to happen because of how risk averse and AI and algorithm dependent the capital is now.
Right.
So yeah, I mean, just like, if that's where the money is coming from and that's the kind of restrictions being placed on it, then I'm not super optimistic. But if there's any sort of like, I don't know, there needs to be some sort of willingness to take a risk, right? Like,
the whole point of having all those resources is so you can use them. Like they're trying to avoid spending a cent by making these movies like the Mario Galaxy movie that don't cost anything because they make back what they, they algorithmically decided these are the movie ideas that are going to make back their budgets.
Yeah, exactly.
That's not what you do. What your job as someone with $1 trillion is to make something that we've never seen before, lose all that money or make double it. Like that's your job is to roll that big roulette wheel.
Yeah. No, nobody's rolling the roulette wheel. So now you say there's a popular Disney creator that just crowdfunded nearly 300,000. Well, that's cool. I don't know who that person is, and I'm not going to make any sort of judgment call on them. But in my experience, there have been like close to zero Disney breakaways that have ever succeeded or finished a project.
Right. I mean,
we got Don Bluth. Who else? Once you get away from the machine and you've been dependent on it for a little while, it gets really, really hard. Especially when now Disney is your competition. I wish that person the best, but I've never personally seen it happen.
Dun, 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 dun.
No, you're right. There's no profitable places for this to go. And I think that's really where our heads need to be at. We need to kind of get as artists, we need to get away from this idea where we say like, if these people with money just knew that good ideas are profitable. I don't think I believe it anymore.
No, because that's supporting the company. That's saying, like, doesn't this company realize that they would get so much money if they did? That's not, no, because these companies don't want to take a chance on your idea, even if it's not even really a risk in your mind. They don't know that. I think by saying that, you're trying to say, hey, we deserve some of that capital that they have.
Yeah, which is like why.
Yeah.
I mean, I personally agree that, like, instead of being in the hands of private companies, this money should be publicly dispersed to people who can create meaningful culture. Of course, I agree with that, but it's not up for grabs. It belongs to them. It's been captured by them, and they no longer need to make an original product. They haven't needed to do that for a very long time. So the idea that, like, original artists could make the money, new generations of artists could make the money doing their thing, bringing their vision to their company, I don't actually think it's true. I mean, you can roll the dice and maybe it'll be true one fraction of the time, but they're not going to roll the dice. You can make shit like Super Mario Galaxy. You can make shit like a live action Moana 5 years after the first Moana. And this shit just prints money. It doesn't matter that we're all on Blue Sky complaining about the Rock's wig and his muscle suit that he's wearing over his muscles. It doesn't matter how much we think it's shit. It makes the money. It not by accident, on purpose.
Yeah.
They don't.
It sucks on purpose.
The art is obsolete to these companies.
Right. So for you to think that you can even work together and make a good deal that makes them happy, like, oh, they'd make so much money if they listened to me. That is an obsolete idea because they're too efficient. They're too optimized. They aren't looking around for the next big idea.
No, they're not. Exactly. That's not what these companies are in the business of doing anymore.
Yeah,
And
maybe once, but they didn't even know what they had back in the day.
I mean, maybe when ideas were part of a race, you know? Like the technological race and the idea to, like, the race to make a great movie that would win an Oscar, you know? There may have been a time where that was a priority. Yeah, it's just not really a thing anymore.
There was a time. I remember. That's just old people. They're just like, I remember. That's just becoming me. Like, I don't have anything to say. I just remember. And I think that's how a lot of these companies work with these fucking IPs. It's like, just remember. Just deathbed nostalgia.
Deathbed nostalgia. Yeah, I mean, you know, this movie that I am, like, required by law to see, this fucking movie that, like, there is more depth being conveyed in the posters of this movie than the movie itself. I am gonna have to see this movie. They've already got my fucking money because it is the most important event of the year for my darling son, and I can't convince him otherwise. This movie has takes no risks whatsoever. This movie is a direct recreation of every commercial for the games and the theme parks and the toys and everything all mixed together.
Yeah.
There's nothing in this movie. It is completely insubstantial in every way. You would die if this was all you ate. And it's going to make $1 billion easy. So, you know, that's what people are going to go blonde and then graduating and making. That's what they're making, right? They're animating a dog fighting Mario and Luigi, even though there's never been a dog character that they've had any conflict for in any game. But it's just something that fills time in a movie that is, like, extremely safe and guaranteed.
It's the dog from Up. Like, it's him.
Yeah, it does look just like the dog from Up.
Hi there. I can talk. Hey, Mario, I'm in this movie too. Like, that's how it feels whenever it's like, hey, check out the new poster. It's got the monkey from Yoshi's Island. Hey, check it out. It's Star Fox. Remember?
Deathbed nostalgia. Hell yeah.
Oh my god.
Oh my god. Like what?
It's like he's still with us.
Yeah, it is like he's still with us. Is there anyone more virtually with us than John Madden?
Jesus.
Holy shit. This is like the most technologically advanced game of its time.
The principal had he died, he's virtually with us. Oh my god, he's alive.
Yeah, anyway, I feel that's what I gotta say. And I don't mean to say this in like, I'm not trying to be pessimistic.
You have to think it's good.
Well,
you
like,
have to
like Mutant Astronaut is excited about this. Like, not about Mario, about the money going to the animators. And you know what? I hope it leads to something. It has about as much chance of leading to something as, you know, any sort of chaotic event has the chance of producing something positive, right? But I'm not optimistic about that, but that doesn't mean I'm pessimistic about art. I just think that if you want to make something meaningful, personal, different, you're going to have to take matters into your own hands. You can't wait around for one of these algorithms to look in your direction. Because when it does, it's not going to be what you expected. It's going to be, well, no, you don't get to do what you wanted to do. We hired you to do what we want to do. And the algorithm has already told us what we have in mind for this. So the only way that anybody under those conditions can create is if they're really good at lying to their bosses and saying that they're doing it the way their bosses want them to. And then just as soon as the boss isn't paying attention, they're doing something else.
Yeah. Yeah, you're not supposed to be doing it. It's like Alexei Pajitnov. You're supposed to be, I don't know. What was he supposed to be doing?
I don't know.
Probably designing screensavers or something.
You know what I was thinking about? Mike was talking about how he and his mother were talking about SCTV. His mother recently got into SCTV, which is like a classic Canadian sketch show. It's from like 50 years ago. It's where like Catherine O'Hara and John Candy and a lot of these really great Canadian comedians from an age came up together. And she was like, you know, when this show was new, I didn't take it seriously. I thought it was too corny. And Mike was like talking about how this is like a thing with Canadians where like they look at their own media and they're like, oh, this looks like shit. And they're a little embarrassed of it.
Yeah.
And it got me thinking like in the 1970s, like Canadian kids like sitting in front of their TV watching like these great CBC shorts, watching The Cat Came Back and just being like, ugh. And then I'm imagining like these Soviet kids watching their TV, watching the Hedgehog in the Fog, just being like, ugh. And then like over in America, they're watching the fucking Super Friends. And they're like, cool! This is what everyone wants!
Oh, fuck.
Just shit. Just like the American sheen that only recently is starting to look like shit.
Oh, yeah. I mean, superhero movies, you can't even look at those. I saw a trailer for a new, like, He-Man movie, and it reminded me of something from way back in 2005 when I was in When I was in high school, I took a filmmaking course, and it was a time when they were making some, like some of the first like CG versions of these ideas for the first time. So every time a movie came out, it was kind of cool, even if the movie sucked. You were interested in the CG.
Right.
But like watching this new trailer, I had that same feeling like this would have been one of those movies. But I wasn't looking at any of the CG thinking there's anything new here. It's all the same shit we've been seeing.
Yeah.
It's like you've already seen a guy grabbing a gyroscopic aircraft and throwing it into another one,
Right.
causing an explosion.
Yeah.
You saw that in The Incredibles.
Yeah, it's so fucking old. I mean, I feel that way, that like The Incredibles looks better than like a lot of animated movies now, and like Lord of the Rings looks better than, like, I think Star Wars looks better than a lot of like CG movies I see now.
Yeah.
Like these Marvel movies, like even Mike, who loves these movies, like we complain all the time about like at the end of every one of these movies has some ugly 3D fight.
Yeah.
That just looks like shit every
Yes.
time.
Yeah, it looks bad.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
goofy.
It's goofy. Yeah, and I just like, I don't know. I just think about this idea of like, this is where the money's at. This is where the winners are at. And it's like, I don't know, you could be making some cheap shit that looks so much more real than this.
Yeah, you could put googly eyes on a sock and entertain your 1-year-old.
Yeah. And that's real because you love them and they
Yeah.
love you. I saw a great movie with a very, very low budget this weekend. I shouldn't lead with the fact that it's got a very low budget because it doesn't fucking matter. But like, my good friend Tessa Strain is starring in this movie, Revelations of Divine Love. Directed by Carolyn Gollum. They collaborated very closely on this movie and fundraised for it for years and filmed it in New York. I don't know, I guess like 2 years ago, and today and last week I saw it in New York, and like the process, but between the conception of this movie, which I feel like happened about 10 years ago, and like getting it distributed in a New York theater for me to enjoy was so arduous and required so much. And like they used every dollar and every minute of all the people involved in this movie's time to make, like they made all of it count. And like you watch the movie, and the movie has these beautiful handmade sets that are not expensive. They are made of styrofoam. They are made of plastic. They're made of whatever they can get their hands on. And it is just like, and the sets are wonderful. Like they look terrific. And the movie lives and dies by its performances and the belief in the story they're telling. And I don't know the last time I've seen a movie that did so much with so little. It was really very inspiring to see my friends come together and make a movie and be like, holy shit, they did it. They did it. They made a movie and it's really good. Very, very inspiring. But like, this shit was cobbled together by any means necessary, by people who just needed it to exist and who believed in it so much that they were able to get just enough other people to believe in it too. And I think that's the only way. I think that's all we can do to make these things that we insist on making at this point, is like believe in them to a maddening degree and figure out a way to make them happen. And that's not a path that you can teach in school. It's not a class. It's not an online course that you can sell to people. It is like you have to make your own way every time. But there is a blueprint. They dedicated this film to Roger Corman, who, famously would just collect a stable of artists to make cheap fucking movies together. and just make them however they could. Where can you watch it? It is screening in New York now. I think it's playing at Nighthawk in the near future this month. Check it out. There's a couple of screenings going on in New York right now. They're gonna be. I think they're going to the West Coast after this, but they are working on booking it all over the East Coast too. I think it will play in Philadelphia at some point. There is very hopeful gesturing in that direction. So yeah, I'm really hoping that. I think, you know, the more people who see it, the more people will see it, and that's just how it has to go. Because, like, imagine having a marketing budget on top of all of this. The marketing is that it's good, and that's like, you know, that's what the average person can do. You know, if you don't have a millions of dollars in your artistic war chest, then you just have to, like, make something cheap, extremely good, that people can't ignore. They're not allowed.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, if you can see it, I recommend keeping an ear out for it. Revelations of Divine Love. Fantastic. I think, you know, you gotta believe that hard, and you gotta work that hard, and
You gotta do what?
you gotta do what? You got that right. I gotta believe. Yeah, you just gotta make it. Just gotta make it by any means necessary. Find some time.
Find some patrons.
Yeah.
I need more patrons. Be my patron.
Right, you need one guy.
Yeah, be the one guy with the giant bag of money. Well, no, see that's the thing that, like, people have been saying since always, like, ever since I you know, was, like, in high school or college or career. It's like, well, you know, if I had a big bag of money, if somebody gave me a big bag of money, like, there's still that belief that somebody has a big bag of money. You know, like,
they don't know what to do with it.
Like some, yeah, like the cigar chomping boss.
Yeah.
That's like, I have all these studios and nothing to do with them. Like, you know, the guy who produced the Muppets was like, he had nothing to do with all those studios, and nobody else was going to produce the Muppets. So they went all the way to Britain to do it. But, like, yeah, like, you get these guys in history, whether or not they have a cigar, most of them do. It's like part of it. But, like, you know, we used to hate that kind of boss, and now we miss him because he provided structure. He made it make sense.
Well, yeah, the cigar chomping boss who didn't pretend to understand anything about the thing he was financing except the business of it, you know, and
Right.
And left the art to the artists.
Right.
I don't know, somewhat mythical, perhaps.
You gotta revive him in your mind, because I don't know if he's coming home.
No, he's not. No, I mean, the people with the money see themselves as tastemakers. They already have an idea of what they want.
They have hair now. They're not like this bald dude we're imagining.
You're right. They have hair,
They have hair now.
now.
They think they're the hot ones.
Oh my god.
Yeah, they think they're the ones who came up with, like, Bambi and Dumbo. Fucking idiots.
The cigar chomping executive is a thing of the past. Zappa spoke fondly. Yes, in music, it was definitely a thing. A person who just didn't really understand music. He just understood when people liked it. And then the music, the record labels became full of people who saw themselves as tastemakers.
Fools.
Guys with hair.
Guys with hair. They think that it's not even their hair.
No.
And they think they know what we like.
Yeah.
That's really interesting. These guys who they thought they could get rid of the artists because they have the data now.
Yeah, but the data doesn't tell them about the future. It's not actually good at predicting anything. The artists aren't good at predicting anything. You just
No.
like they need the space to be chaotic with their work and find the surprises.
Yeah, that's what I need. That's what I needed, and that's what I got. And I experimented while I had that time, and I came up with a new technique, and it's like life changing.
Yeah, I mean that is important. I mean, I think really like you know, maybe there are exceptions, but I feel like the average artist, if you know, if they actually completed the sentence, if I had a big bag of money,
Yeah.
they would say I would live off of it, so I wouldn't have to worry, you know.
Yeah.
And I would work for nothing doing my work, and like, because you know. Ultimately, if you said like I would start a studio and hire a bunch of people to see my vision through, no, you wouldn't. No, you wouldn't. Like,
Well, yeah,
how often
like,
does that happen?
How big is this bag of money? Because I feel like you're just gonna get better at wasting it.
Yes. Well, yeah. I mean, that happens all the time.
Don't
with-
hire your friends.
No.
You know,
No.
I don't know. Everybody needs a chance to make their own thing, I think. That's like there shouldn't be anyone with the bag of money anymore because they're not trying to create an ecosystem like that.
I
where
mean,
everybody gets to create their own thing.
I do have many collaborators who help me with my work, but there's only so much I can give them because they can't do a lot of things for me. So
That's true, yeah.
I really only have part-time work for other people because it's mostly got to be me, you know.
Yeah.
You know, it's cheap. It's pretty cheap to just be a powerhouse who makes your own work. You just need enough money to support yourself for the low cost of a living wage. Your favorite artist can make whatever the fuck they want.
Yeah.
I mean, that's, you know, that's why it's such a travesty when government grants are taken away. The Nova Scotian government just passed some very nasty austerity measures against the arts, and it's such a fucking shame because Nova Scotian artists can go toe to toe with American artists any day. Fantastic things come out of Nova Scotia that we don't even realize, we don't even appreciate. Just take for granted that so much of that comes from public funding.
Yeah, well, I have a friend who kind of does what I do, and he's just like, he's been just like paid to live, like by his, he's from Amsterdam. So like his government just like pays him to live. Although I don't know if that's the case anymore.
Yeah, there's always someone who's like, why are we doing this now?
some Dutch guy who just became British overnight.
Yeah.
We'll show this then.
I once went to an avant-garde zine festival where one of the artist tabling said, all it takes is the right person who understands. But Prince Charming may never come, so it's better to just make your own hustle. I don't know if I vibe with the word hustle, but I agree. You do have to make your own way, and you have to, I mean, I think it's the goal of every artist to be understood. You know, you could make work just for yourself and never show anybody.
Yeah, good hustle. Smack.
I think every artist does want to be understood, and that means not only making work but interacting with an audience. seeing the reaction of an audience, so you know how to talk to them.
Yeah.
But that audience doesn't have to be very big. If there's anybody who loves what you do, then that's a good sign that you're going in the right direction. Yeah, no, I mean, it's just the connotations of the word at this point. Like the hustle implies the job. And I don't know. I think these things have been separated against our will, you know. In video games, the jobs are going away, and there will soon be nothing left except the solo developer, the small developer.
Yeah, that's another thing that you can probably stop dreaming about is being an opportunity for your friends. They're gonna hate you. You're gonna really go, if you want to get the best product, you're going to have to like treat your friends like garbage, right?
I mean, you know, I've had good experiences working with friends, but it is true that you don't always want to work with your friends. Sometimes the thing you love about your friends is that you have no professional involvement with them at all.
Yeah.
But I you know, when I have a good collaborator, I stick to them for as long as I possibly can. Like it's a precious thing. But yeah, I mean, I'm not going to be the salvation for anybody, unfortunately. I don't think that people really think that indie games are going to save games. I think when they say stuff like that, yes. I love it. I love Super Face's look. You know, I think when people say that, they're just like,
you can just watch.
You can just watch. Oh, let's just do that. I love the mode 7 shit.
What's DH option?
No idea. More games need to give you a chance to watch. I think, you know, people see all the layoffs in games and they say they're still indie games, and they don't mean that, like, yeah, all the indie developers are gonna hire all these people who had like full-time salaries, who are like, you know, the third rigger on a massive AAA project. No, oh my god,
flames.
The flames! It's like crossfire. You'll get caught up in the these American names.
Sorry, what were you saying?
Oh, well, I think, you know, I don't think people mean that that indie games are going to save the industry. Obviously, they're not, and I think a lot of these people are just never going to work in the industry again. But indie games mean that good games will still be made. That's what they mean. They mean that, you know, for one thing, there's already more than they'll ever have a chance to play. And the good ideas tend to come from indie games a lot of the time. So why not just play indie game, like new indie games?
Yeah.
You'll find a lot of good ideas there. And a lot of these indie games are more interesting than the AAA games. They take up less of your time, so you can play more of them. You know, I think people are not saying that the future of the industry. Oh, bro. Let's hear this for a minute.
Laser disc.
Yeah, hustle hurts like content creator.
Yeah.
I think that's what it comes down to, is like we as you know, people not as developers, not as professionals, not as capital G gamers, as people who are interested in games as, you know, an art form and a recreation. We confuse industry with you know, industry is all tied up in the things that we actually appreciate about games. Why are we so focused on industry? Why is the average person so focused on industry? And why do they get all emotional about matters of industry when what they're talking about is matters of art, you know? We've been trained, you know? I think social media, because, you know, we all can kind of recognize at this point that like social media, the only reason a lot of people are on it is because they depend financially on being visible. And that means that social media is work. This isn't friend time, but it's all tangled up in you know, this idea of like, these are my friends, I spend my day with them. But they're not. They're kind of just like coworkers and neighbors, you know?
Yeah.
They're people down the street. They're people who work in the same industry as you. Some of them are my friends, but really, like, for the most part, it's just a way to be connected with an industry. Anyway, I think when it comes to our own identity and what is truly important to us, it is important to look outside of this ecosystem that we find ourselves in, because like, if all of your personal value comes from whether your game makes money the first week it comes out, then 99% of people who give this shit a try are going to feel worthless, and that doesn't seem right. Oh, look at that cute guy. What is he, a camel? Is he like a weasel? He's like a hot weasel. I like him. 50,000 Twitter followers you drop if you leave, even though the site is hillarized. I have a lot of followers on Twitter too, although I'm sure it's gone down. I'm sure the bot deletions and stuff, and the fact that I don't use it anymore has lowered that number. That number used to seem very important to me.
Yeah.
I did leave it behind.
Yeah, I mean, how many of those people are really there?
Yeah, I mean, a lot of them follow you over the years, and they're not paying attention anymore. They're not there, or they never were.
Well, yeah, there's so many, like, emails I get that, like, I'm subscribed to that, like, I see every single one of their emails, but I never do anything. I never click on them or, reply or respond in any way.
Well, I will say I pay more attention to an email. I pay more attention. I pay more attention to emails than I do to like Twitter shit,
right.
Blue Sky shit.
But like, oh my god, I get so many political texts. I hate those so much.
You don't have to say sorry for saying the word hustle. It's okay. It was something interesting to talk about.
Good hustle. No,
yeah, good hustle, man. Good hustle.
I mean, I feel the same way about the word grind. It's like, people say it as if like you're gonna hear that and feel really proud of all the work you do, but instead you just think, I'm just grinding for someone else.
Yeah, it's true. I mean, there is the daily grind. I don't know, like, no, it's true. Like I do think of things in my life this way, where, not necessarily a money thing, but like I think of like, I'll spend all day on my feet. In the morning, I get the house ready. I get the boy off to school, or I teach the boy myself. And then I get right to work. I get all my work done. And then I get dinner done. I clean the house. I do Thingus. Like I go to bed. I start the day on my feet, and I go to bed on my feet. And at the end of the day, I'm like lying in bed. I'm like, I got it done, man. I got it all done today. Like, yeah, I'm exhausted, but like everything I did today was like what I set out to do. I like grinded it out, And it's like hard work that is, to me, not thankless, because these are things I'm trying to do. I'm trying to make the video game, raise the son, have a life in this house, take care of my pets, take care of my business. I'm not grinding for anybody but myself, or my family. So I feel fine about how little free time I have, how busy I am, because I'm completely dedicated to the things I want to be dedicated to. But I feel like the grind set mentality for anything other than your own aims is pretty depressing.
Yeah. Yeah, like just grinded out 20 new scripts for YouTube videos. Like that sounds sad. Like, yeah, just banged out a couple videos. Like you made 20-minute videos in one day. Yeah. It's like,
oh my God.
I'd be even more depressed than I am now.
I'm tired just thinking about that.
Yeah, it sounds like work to watch those.
Yeah. Beanie Tuesday says, do you think getting your following in a pre-social media era has altered your perception? Well, I don't know. I mean, I guess it's hard to say because before Twitter, I was on LiveJournal, which is also social media. It was my life.
Yeah.
I was writing my life, my very personal life on LiveJournal. And a lot of those friends on LiveJournal were there for me when I launched my webcomic and they promoted me. We had a version of it, you know. It was I was on these communities for a long time. But social media centralized everything, where like instead of being part of whatever community it was you were part of, you're part of the community now. The shit community, the shitlerized community. You don't have any choice. You have to be here. You're not allowed to leave. You're not allowed to be tired of this shit. Where are you gonna go? Oh, world. Wow, we could have done this. We could have been doing this all along. Just watching this game.
Well, it's what we were doing all along.
I guess so.
We were watching Artie play this.
That's true. This is a Big Brother game. What's the Phillies? We were at a Phillies game today. We watched them. Well, we didn't watch them win. We watched them lose, and then we left and they won. Typical Phillies shit. We left at the top of the 8th inning. We were like, oh man, we gotta get out. They didn't score. They came close to scoring. They didn't score. And we were baking in the sun. I didn't bring any sunscreen. And yeah, of course, it's mom's fault when there's no sunscreen. We went out to all the shops, like all the fan shops, to be like, any sunscreen here? No, of course not. And you know whose fault it is? Mom's fault. There's no sunscreen. And yeah, we were just baking, and I didn't want to, you know, fuck up our skin for the next few weeks. So we left. We left an inning early, and then of course they went overtime because they tied the game, and then they won in the 10th inning. Fightin' Phils. It was a beautiful day. Nice day to be out at a baseball game. Oh. Yeah, yeah, I don't know. I think it was better when we were all kind of just floating from community to community, and things would just, like, you know, they would catch on, they would break containment, and you'd find them all over the place. Link sharing was a big thing, and you know, I think that, like, you know, with webcomics, like, far more important than a social media presence was that you all linked to each other. Like-minded websites linking to each other. That's, you know, that's like an era in which links were curated. It was like, it was not just like, oh, you like comics? Well, like, here's the top 50 comics on this website. It was like, oh, well, you like questionable content. Well, here's some funny comics about life for you.
Here's some more questionable content.
Yeah. It was just like like-minded cartoonists were linking to each other. So you would read webcomics that you were sure to like. They were all linking to each other. Yeah, link swapping was very important. It seems so quaint now to link on a website. Like, no one's gonna click that. No one's even gonna go to a website. But, all right, what do you think of this, Joe? I've definitely seen a lot of people responding to, like, the kind of, like, you know, the lament of, like, man, it's too bad. We don't have websites or RSS anymore. Everything was better. It was bad. We should go back. Like, I've seen a lot of the response to that being, we don't have to go back because we have websites and RSS still. Yeah. Anybody can make a website. Anybody can make an RSS feed. And you can still put whatever you want on your own blog. You can still do that. Why are you acting like it's gone? And yeah, I just wonder, what do you think of that? Do you think, I don't think it's necessarily, you know, it's not possible to take the internet back to where it was. But do you think websites and blogs can find their place in the culture?
Yeah, I mean, I think they do. I think they have their place. There are blogs that have been running for like 600 years, like /dot. You go to like /dot.org or whatever.
They're still up?
I wouldn't, there's no way it's gone.
I don't know. A lot of websites,
you know, I read it once every 10 years, but that's reliable, you know?
Yeah. I don't know if /dot is still there. You know what happens to a lot of websites, unfortunately? They sell the website to a gambling site. Gambling sites will scoop up these sites, keep them running, keep them looking mostly the same, but will add insidious links to gambling all over the website. I've noticed quite a few of those. You might have found Octopus Pie through Boing Boing. That's true. /dot is still there. Yeah, Boing Boing linked to a lot of webcomics. Cory Doctorow might have thrown me a bone at some point. Yeah. What else did we talk about? Oh, I wanted to talk about, all right. I mentioned this to you earlier, and I want to know if anybody else remembers this shit, because, like, I think about it all the fucking time. There's a scene in Hercules, in Disney's Hercules, in Disney's Hercules, where, it's not the first time we've seen Pain and Panic, but it's like, we find out that Meg knows them too. She's, like, walking through the woods, and she looks down and she's like, oh, how cute. A couple of rodents looking for a handout. And it's like a bunny and a gopher. And Pain and Panic, as the bunny and gopher, are like, lady, I am a bunny. And I'm his gopher. And then they transform back into Pain and Panic, and they're like, ta-da!
Yeah.
But, like, when Pain transforms back into the from the bunny into Pain, he doesn't leave behind anything. He just cleanly transforms. And Panic leaves a pile of fur all around him when he transforms.
Yeah. Yeah. I looked it up after you said that, and I saw what it looked like. It's like, yeah, like there's just like a massive pile of like shreds coming from Pain or Panic. I forget which is which.
It's Panic.
And then next to Pain is nothing.
Nothing.
It's just like there's, I guess, like some effects of them transforming, but he doesn't leave behind like shredded, I don't know,
dead animal.
Yeah, like it just like looks like plant or animal matter. I can't even decide if it's really even fur.
Well, I was thinking about it because I was eating peanuts at the baseball stadium, and you're just tearing these dried fibrous pieces and throwing them all over the ground, and it reminded me of like the pile that Panic leaves. Anyway, yeah. Disney's Hercules. Check it out.
It's like next to you, there's no pile of peanut shells. It's like, how's she doing that?
I'm just eating
You're
them.
just eating them. Fiber.
Yeah, like that's what Panic left behind is like fiber.
Yeah, it's just like fibers. So like, what is it? Is it an animation error?
I don't think so, because I'm pretty sure there was the same lead animator working on both characters at the same time. The characters interact too much. They step on each other's tails. They bump into each other. They fight with each other.
So this is like a glaring inconsistency.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I looked at it and it's like anyone would notice that.
Yeah.
Or, you know, basically anyone paying attention.
Yeah, there's no way, and I mean, it's not like it would have been hard to remove the fiber from Panic instead of adding fiber to Pain.
I'm imagining some intern foolishly added the fiber to Pain, and the director told him to delete it because that's not
these
the
two
joke.
spirits are different from each other. one of them killed an animal in order to become one, and the other just transformed his own body.
So that's what you think is going on? He just took an animal's flesh and then just ripped out their body when he was done with them.
The gopher is also smaller, so like the bunny would leave more fur if one
more
of them
material.
more material. The gopher's so tiny, he leaves more material than the gopher would have had.
I don't know what they were thinking, but that it seems intentional. Yeah.
I think it has to be intentional. I think maybe at some point it was unintentional, and then
Yes.
somebody thought it was really
Yes,
funny.
I love that. I do that all the time.
Yeah.
I love because that gives you so much power. It gives you the power to make something better by being lazy.
Yeah, leave it alone. Leave it alone. Well, yeah, I mean, that's been the main argument against like AI placeholder art, is that placeholder art is often great and stays.
That's true. Placeholder art should have more soul, not less.
Yeah, it really should be the best drawing you ever do.
It's better than the finished drawing.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, if you're using it for placeholder art, then you don't even have ideas. You know,
Yeah.
children have ideas. People who can't draw have ideas.
Yeah.
George Lucas has ideas. You don't need to come up with, you don't need to beep boop idea. There's this fucking video that my friends keep quoting of like a caveman guy making something with AI, and it's like, computer, do. Just been quoting that all month.
Oh, another thing that I love that I've been enjoying this week. Oh, run. There's a new season of The Comeback.
Yeah.
I'm back. It's me, Valerie Cherish. My fucking favorite. Lisa Kudrow's Valerie Cherish is such a legendary character in my mind. And I have no idea how many people watch The Comeback, because I feel like I'm the only one who cares. And that can't be true. But also, like, it does feel like Lisa Kudrow... What? Whoa. It does feel like Lisa Kudrow and her production company have to cobble this shit together every time.
Uh-huh.
Right? They have to make someone care every time. They have to get the support from the network. They have to just like have a million fucking meetings to make this shit happen again.
Yeah.
And every 10 to 12 years it happens again. And at that point, they've all gotten older and the landscape has changed, and they have something new to tell a story about. So, I love The Comeback. If you've never seen it, one of my favorite TV
like
shows
the
of all time.
comeback that happened today. The comeback that no one saw.
That no one saw. Everyone left the stadium. Oh, I came back. Me again. I've never seen a minute of Friends before. I was telling this to Mike last night. I was like, I've never seen a minute of Friends before. He's like, you've never seen Friends? And I'm like, okay, if I've seen a minute of Friends, it was this episode where there was a cake that was important and then the cake got dropped on the ground. And Mike was like, that is every sitcom that has been made for the past 100 years. There's an episode where the cake is important and it gets dropped on the ground. So maybe you haven't seen Friends.
Yeah.
I've never seen Friends. I don't care about it at all. Lisa Kudrow has this character she plays of herself. It is in the spirit of David Brent and Alan Partridge. Maybe Alan Partridge is a better example because Alan Partridge is also a brutal caricature of Steve Coogan, who is just going from one C-list role in British media to another. And that's Valerie Cherish. She was in a sitcom in the 90s. She was a big deal. And that now she's not a big deal anymore. Like in the first season of The Comeback, she's in a new sitcom and she's filming a reality show of her comeback. And she's playing. She's not playing a young, sexy star. She's playing pathetic Aunt Sassy who lives in the next the next floor up. And is just constantly wrestling with the writers of this show to try and be more of a star in the show. It's so great. Anyway, in the second season, she which was made about 10 years ago, she stars in like an HBO dramedy called Seeing Red, and it's like the writer that she wrestled with on this terrible sitcom is now like serious, and he writes this gritty drama version of working with her, and she stars, and it's so fucking good. It's so fucking funny. And that in this new season, Valerie is finally on a sitcom again. People want to laugh again. And it's written by AI. Oh, it's so fucking good. It's just always about how terrible TV is. How terrible it is to work in TV and live in LA, and like it's just incredible.
There's been a lot of shows about that. I thought I was getting kind of tired of them. But like the comeback, it really does show you a type of person that you may never have known otherwise. This woman who's just like, she has these like delusions of grandeur, but she's also like extremely by herself.
Yeah.
Like she just like has these moments where she realizes just how little everyone cares.
Yeah, all the time.
It's like you know, you strip away all the like getting the guy shit for their dumb sitcom. They wanted to get somebody famous from a million years ago.
Yeah.
And you know, just being this person is sad. That like she thinks she can tell people how to feel about her comeback. Like this is so triumphant or something.
How to feel about her. She thinks she can control what people think of her, and it creates every conflict in her life. It is a deep, long held problem for her that she is so incredibly self-conscious that she is constantly looking for the camera, which is her enemy, which is working against her to portray her in the way she wants to be seen. It's really beautiful. I like 30 Rock a lot, but I don't feel like I need to advocate for it. I feel like everyone eats 30 Rock like chips. Like, you know, everyone's snacking on that one all the time. The Comeback is a real meal, though. It's just like, Every time I watch it, I get something from it.
This is the like, well, the 30 Rock is like cheese and crackers with grapes and tasty things.
Yeah, Beanie Tuesday called it grapes too.
Comeback is just cheese. Is just like the stinkiest, nastiest cheese that you swear up and down this is a delicacy. This stinky mess.
Yeah,
it's so hard to watch these people just writhe. But in that way it is a little bit British, the way
right?
British sitcoms also just like have these just like horrible things that you have to witness in order to get to what's funny about it.
It's true. Americans don't like to watch their horrid little characters hung out to dry.
Yeah, exactly. You have to, we were talking about this last time. You have to give them Hitler. You have to give them the worst thing they can imagine.
Yeah. It's very, very, very painful.
Horrid little man, or a bad little boy.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, the thing is, like Valerie is an American character for sure, but yeah, approached with like this British cruelty and British, ultimately compassion. At least when I think of my favorite comedy is the way in Alan Partridge there's so much pathos for like the most sad people that Alan interacts with, because even though Alan is like the most loathsome of people, there are other characters in his world who are sadder, and have less than he has, and who he treats like shit. and there's such pathos for those characters, You just wish they could have any victory at all. And you just want to watch Alan Partridge be sent to prison for his cowardice. The way they send Jerry and George and Elaine and Kramer to prison. What else shall we discuss? Oh. Yeah, 30 Rock is like mind grapes, like frozen mind grapes, right? Where you're just like, oh, it's even better than I thought. Oh, delicious. But yeah, everyone gives 30 Rock its flowers. My favorite shows are The Comeback and similarly, Enlightened.
Right.
I love Enlightened. It's this show that like everyone loves Laura Dern because of, I don't know. Why does everyone love Laura Dern? Star Wars, Jurassic Park.
I don't know.
David Lynch, you're right. That's why everyone loves Laura Dern. I really think I'm sorry. Yeah, David Lynch in Jurassic Park. She's fantastic. She's a great actress. She's in a really good movie called oh shit, what's it called? Nobody talks about this movie. My friend Damien got me onto it. It's like, oh shit, what's it called? It's like The People Against and her name, the character's name. It's a movie where she's like a poor drug addict who's pregnant. And she becomes embroiled in an ethical debate about abortion. Does anyone know what movie I'm talking about? It's fantastic. It's like the United States of Rachel or something like that.
Okay. Really,
really good. I would recommend that one as a deep Laura Dern cut. But Enlightened is also a very unbearable show about a horrid large woman.
Yeah.
She's your nightmare. Like this statuesque woman who her Citizen Ruth, thank you. That's what it's called. Citizen Ruth.
The United States of Rachel is pretty good too.
Not bad. Not bad. Cobbled together memory. Citizen Ruth is excellent. Check that one out. But Enlightened. She works at a pharmaceutical company, and the show begins with her having a breakdown at work and burning every bridge at work and crying and screaming in a bathroom and banging down her boss's door and being like, I'm gonna get you, motherfucker. And then it like freeze frames on her crazed face, and then she's been to rehab.
Yeah.
And she's better now. and from then on, it is all about the meditation of her enlightened self and what she is doing to pick up the pieces of her life and be a more enlightened person. And if that sounds like a nightmare, it is. Like, Laura Dern is this nightmare person who just like shows up back in your life like a fucking
always
like
having
a fucking
like a
bad dream.
Always
having a breakthrough.
Or an epiphany that's life changing.
Yes. But at the same time, her attempt to become a more enlightened person is 100% sincere.
Yeah.
It is completely true and sympathetic. And with every episode, if she doesn't make progress, she experiences some crushing disappointment that you know is good for her.
Yeah.
And like ultimately she wants to be good. And that's like a truth that the show refuses to let you laugh about. The show is written by Mike White, who wrote the White Lotus. Who gives a fuck? Fuck the White Lotus. Stupid bullshit. Watch fucking Enlighten. And yeah, Laura Dern is in this with her mother, Diane Ladd. Her mother plays her mother. It's so fucking real. Very, very good. She moves back in with her mother after getting out of rehab and imposes all this enlightenment shit on her. It's so very good. Yeah, those are my hot picks. Somebody asked if I heard about like the discourse with like the Toby Fox localization.
Oh,
yeah, I don't really want to get into it. I'll give my own thoughts on localization. I really think that well, all right. I'll kind of circle around it. I'll sort of get back to Toby in a minute, but localization is a very arduous and expensive process for video games. It is something that for the majority of indie developers, especially if you have a very wordy game, there is nothing resembling an economic plan when it comes to localizing a game. You do it purely for the love and the hope that more people will be able to experience what you've made. And I'm actually releasing a localization tomorrow. I'm releasing my very first localized version of Perfect Tides, the first game, in Russian. I'm very excited about this. At the same time, I have absolutely no way of knowing who or when it will reach anybody. I have no idea. It's very hard to market a translation. It kind of has to be something that's already being asked for. And I'm kind of just going with this one because a translator I was speaking to was particularly passionate about the game and wanted to do it and offered to do it for a price that we both agreed was fair. There's not really a profit motive attached to this. It's more of like, I want to see who this reaches. I'm sending a message in a bottle out into the world, and I'm going to see who this reaches. All this is to say, if I say to people, because I know when I release this translation, people are going to be like, when are you going to do this language? I know that's what the translation is going to invite. And I think if my explanation to those people was it's too expensive and I can't make any money, and you know what I just said, I can't make any money doing this. This one is kind of a shot in the dark and we'll see how it goes, but like it's just too expensive and there's no way for me to recoup the expense of translating the game to all these languages, and this is absolutely nothing personal. You know, I think when that is an understandable position to take, an indie developer having the economic means and having the audience and being asked for that, it almost seems like saying no to that is the unreasonable stance. Just because it seems reasonable that your average indie developer can't do it. This one can, so why not? It's unreasonable because it's kind of the inverse, right? You have the resources, people want it, and you're saying no? Excuse me? I mean, I think, you know, that really is what it comes down to, you know. I'm not at all familiar with the fandoms surrounding this game. I don't really care about the discourse much, and Toby is a friend, so I really, you know, I don't want to dive into that too deeply. I just think that it seems pretty clear cut to me that like at any given time for any particular reason, somebody can just say no to that, and there's simply nothing you can do about it because it was never something that was yours to begin with.
Yeah, I mean, I can understand why you want to play the game, but there's no reason why you need him to translate it. That's the thing, that he was like, there's plenty of unofficial versions you can play, and you should play those because they'd probably be better than an official version. That, you know, the creator didn't speak the language and hasn't, you know, didn't have any desire to translate it, just besides being told to.
Being told to, yeah. I mean, being told that, you know, it makes economic sense.
I don't think we're gonna win. I think we lost.
We broke our bat in frustration, made ourselves bleed with the broken bat.
Here, let's play a game that translated itself. What was it called? Fighting Baseball?
Oh yeah, let's play Fighting Baseball. Yeah, so that's really where I stand. Like, I don't know. I'm not saying gamers are you know, overly entitled to things like this. I think it is, you know, I think it is a nice thing when a beloved work is translated.
But there's no reason for them to want an official version except for this weird, like, vestigial, like, desire for the company to get money so that they can influence decisions. That's stupid. Yeah. You're not helping influence any decisions. These decisions were already made.
Yeah, no, I think it's just, it's just a little crazy. It's the same kind of mentality of like, why are all of you thinking like a fucking publisher? You're like, oh, he needs to do it because it makes great economic sense for him to do it. Don't you want to sell more copies? I mean, you know, another thing I'll say, I'm sure it would sell a lot of copies, but asking for a translation, there is just a gulf between that and like you actually buying the translation when it comes out.
Fucking RPG. It's gonna be like, it's gonna take years
to translate, and then where are you gonna be? Off to the next thing.
Yeah.
It took you 2 seconds to ask for the translation. So just saying, maybe you don't want it as much as the actual act of translating something would require. Just a possibility.
Unless you're like the Mother 3 fan translation community.
Yeah.
You don't care.
Yeah.
You want to be fans with it now while it's hot? That's boring.
I think that's part of it too, right? That like they want it now because people are talking about it now.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah,
It's not an official video game.
Maybe I'll be a Slavic icon. They'll be
Burv Dederov.
right. So this is the game that has famously deranged American names made up by Japanese developers.
They were like, we don't even need those English speakers.
Yeah. What is it like? There's something like, yeah, Steve McDykel is the classic one. Or is it Sleeve McDykel?
I don't know. Do those are those names like, how many are there? Or are they just like,
Oh, there's a whole list of them. There's like 30 of them.
they're not generated by the game, are they?
No way. They're definitely made. Because this was made so long ago. How would they generate them?
I don't know. They take parts of words and just scramble them.
Maybe, but that's almost like making them yourself.
Yeah, Sleeve McDykel. that you can't. No computer can come up with that.
No, that's so great. Yeah, Mike Lathja, Dimitri Noor, Greg Burnin. That
These
one
are
almost
too
sounds
normal
really.
sounding.
Yeah. Yeah, we game's got some, I don't know, the physics are pleasing to look at. How's it play?
A little bit better than. Oh wait, I wasn't playing
You weren't
Super
playing
Bases.
Super... Greg Burnin's a Trump cabinet name. Bull.
Cool. Oh my god.
I like the way they like crouch down to pick up that ball.
Right.
The perspective is a little off.
Oh my god.
The camera gives up on
That's
you.
a good name.
What is it? Jonathan
Fid. This is the car from Mario Paint making this music.
Oh.
Puppy power.
Pat Leichel.
But yeah, I don't know. Sorry if your game isn't coming out. I mean, like when Mother 3 came out, they must have decided pretty quickly that they're not going to release this game at all in America.
Yeah.
They were right to do that. It's been 20 years.
I mean, you know, they would have had to like make all those cartridges and shit and send them out to distribute them to stores. I think, you know, now Mother 3 could probably be released digitally with very little cost, right?
Well, yeah, they would have to like do their own translation or buy the translation from the unofficial guys. I don't know if they're even able to sell that, you know.
Right.
I don't know if everybody who's worked on them is accounted for.
Right.
And, you
It
know,
doesn't matter anymore. Everyone's already gotten what they wanted.
it's like, what if
out of it.
Nintendo wants to change one word? It's gonna be like, oh, they changed it. It's gonna be like annoying.
Well, Beanie Tuesday said it was a legal thing with licensing Beatles sound-alikes. Is that the case? Were there
Really?
Beatles songs in the game?
Oh, and Mother 3? I mean, there's Beatles sound-alikes in Earthbound.
Oh yeah. I mean, it is probably true that it would not have found enough of an audience in the U.S. It's just there, there were other games that were flops, so you kind of feel like, man, they should have, this flop should have come to America. But yeah,
What's going on?
yeah. I mean, it's I think it's fine for a game to just be taken into the hands of the fans at some point. They want it, if they want it a certain way. I don't think everything has to be official.
No, you're just like telling someone what to do. You're just telling Toby Fox what to make.
Yeah.
No one can tell him what to make.
No, I mean that is pretty crucial. If they could, then they wouldn't get the games that they love so much.
Right.
So they have no choice. Like, they're at his mercy. And if he doesn't want to do something, and like waving the money around is not going to convince him to do it, then sorry. I mean, you've exhausted every option except, the one he's suggested, that like just do it yourself, just translate it yourself.
Yeah, just play the ones that have already been out since the second the game was released.
Yeah.
I mean,
what
you want is a community to translate it. You don't want there to be an official translation anymore, because that's not going to be as good. Jonathan
Fit. Yeah, I mean, maybe I should open my game up to community translation.
Yeah, you'd I don't know if they'd be any good, but you definitely get a lot more.
Yeah, they probably wouldn't be any good, but depending on how interested people are for a certain number of years, they would refine it. I don't know how much community is interested in doing something like this. It's the best chance it has, though. I mean, I don't know how I'm ever going to translate the sequel. Like, game 1 is half the size, and that one is prohibitively costly. People want to play it, they got to just fucking learn the language.
Yeah, I mean, for like 4 years, there was no way of playing Mother 3 unless you just knew Japanese.
Right. I'm sure there are quite a few people who learned it for that reason.
Probably, yeah.
That's probably why Toby knows it.
You have no choice.
Yeah. AGS can just allow translation files besides baked in. Oh yeah, no, I could export a translation file. I could, but people wouldn't be able to compile it without me.
Mike Johnson.
No, that is the problem. I would have to open up I would have to be involved.
Yeah.
People wouldn't be able to patch their own. No, they would. They'd probably, there's probably a way.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I don't know. They could probably patch it in if they wanted to.
Yeah, I mean, how are people making unofficial Undertale translations? They just like have a thing. Like the community has like a tool that lets you just control like look into the files of any game maker game.
Yeah. That's, oh, I see. That's why, because it's Game Maker.
Well, I'm just saying, like, that's how big the community is, that like
right.
Now you can look into any Game Maker game because of Undertale.
I see. Yeah, I think yeah, absolutely, font issues are a thing too. It was so much work to localize into Russian. Getting these Cyrillic fonts ready. I had to convert the game to UTF just to get it to play on Mac. It's like so fucking complicated.
Yeah.
And then you got to do stuff in the code too. Like, there were places where I had like graphics in English, and then and some of those I had to personally remake in Russian, and then some of those I had to blank out the graphic for both languages and overlay the text and translate the overlaid text. And I hadn't prepared the game for any of that.
Yeah.
So Chris Witt me. It's an enormous amount of work, an enormous amount of back and forth with the translator. And then it has to be play tested too by someone who knows the language. Very, very challenging.
Yeah, and you don't know the language, so how do you know that what you're saying is coming off?
I don't know. I have no idea. I have no way of knowing. I am putting my trust in a translator.
Yeah. Yeah. So, yeah, and, you know, you made that decision, though. Imagine people telling you to do it.
Yeah, telling you to do it.
That's going to make you do it.
Yeah, exactly. No. It's like, you really, you know, you don't have to do that just because that's what you're required to do in order to do it, right? In order to release my game in Russian, I need to put my trust in the translation. That doesn't mean I need to put my trust in a translator. Like you can just not play the game. It's fine.
You can just not play it.
Yeah.
There's a lot of games that we just not play.
Yeah.
Like this one.
Yeah. All right, we got like 20 minutes. What shall we do? Is that air conditioner still running? Can it's probably on eco mode. If you can force it out of that, that would be great. All right.
Oh, there's no battery in this.
Oh yeah. You gotta lift up the cardboard and see where it says eco mode. Press that. Should turn back on. Sorry, it got hot up here, guys. Yeah, it's AC time. Am I Google translating it all back into English to check if it's not made up stuff? No. I'm trusting.
I don't see anything that says eco.
All right, well, it turned back on. If you can just slot that cardboard back in so that...
I found the thing that says...
All right. So yeah, just put that in so that the air travels upward instead of hitting the couch.
Okay.
There we go. Hooray. The air's back on. Tomorrow it's going to be cold again, I know. No. No.
But yeah, I think that they were just trying to get him on something. He's been too good, Toby. He's been too nice, and everyone's like, how do we cancel him?
Everyone's stressed out. There's a war going on. A fifth of the world's oil is being held up in the strait right now. People are testy. And they're like, let's kill him. Let's kill the guy who made something that delighted us for years.
Yeah, let's get him.
Let's fucking get him. I'm mad at him now. He's been around for too long. I'm mad now. That's just what happens, isn't it? You just stick around for long enough, and you're gonna say something that is going to make people want to take photos of the outside of your parents' house, right?
Yeah. It's too bad because you know, he's so good at not responding to things, and like he actually made a statement about this.
I mean,
I hate when they make them jump like that.
Well, I didn't check it out, but like, you know, oh my god, this fucking game. You know, it sounds like on Twitter they were going absolutely ape shit. Oh my god, this game.
Yeah. Almost forgot about Bill Laimbeer's combat basketball, huh?
We played the shit out of this.
Yeah.
How slow they move. they all look kind of like short and fat because they're in bird's eye view.
Yeah. All these guys with the same hair.
Yeah. The same like little vampire's peak. Or they have a mohawk, like a digital mohawk. It's like a
cyber
computer.
mohawk.
Yeah.
This is tackling in this basketball game. No.
Yeah. They like when they lie down, they look like this to me. like that's their mouth we see. Who is Bill Lambier?
I have no idea. Is he a basketball
the creator
player?
of this game?
Did he play basketball or something?
I assumed, but I don't know.
Is he a Harlem Globetrotter? This is almost like Harlem Globetrotters. It's like funny basketball.
Yeah. Yeah, basketball with different rules.
Basketball where you can kill.
Yeah. What else is in the news? What else is current day?
Seinfeld current day.
Mr. Noam? Oh, did her husband do her? Who fucking cares? I don't fucking care. I just never want to see that fucking bitch again. Put her in prison. They all belong in fucking prison.
I didn't mention R.I.P. David Sutton, who is a guy who I'm sad to hear that he just died because I just started following him on Blue Sky. He's like this guy. I think he was in his 70s. He would make just like these GIFs. It's just like silly GIFs, like cool 3D GIFs of like a monkey and like, you know, little dudes saying like don't be an asshole or something like that.
He was like a quality meme maker of a certain age.
Yeah, like if you look up his shit, you might recognize some of it. It's like it's got like a early CG look to it. But like he was making stuff recently. He made like Netanyahu in a toilet and said skippity asshole.
Bill Lambier was the coach of the Detroit Pistons.
Okay, so he was a basketball coach who was thinking about the future.
Yeah.
How can we make this game even more fucked up and violent in the future?
Combat basketball.
Yeah. Yeah, I know you've all been wondering, and here it is, combat basketball.
Yeah, we're gonna fuck you guys
We're
up.
going to kill them each other.
Well, yeah, that's a shame when you discover somebody only to find out that they died.
Yeah, although I suppose he's already done all the important work. He used his time wisely.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, he did his work.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. One day that's gonna be me. Someone will just be like, Joe.
He was a guy.
He was a guy.
He made the funny 3D memes. He made some of my favorite memes.
Yeah.
Like, if you saw them, you'd recognize them. They're really funny.
Really funny memes.
He made this Israel parody, this 35-part Israel parody that ended up being his most famous work. And he was completely vindicated to the world.
Yeah, but only when I'm dead.
Yeah. And they're like, you know, Joe had some good points about Israel.
Yeah, it's too bad that this is still going on in the year 37,000.
Oh my god. Yeah, when you die in the year 37,000. Joe died.
He died? What? But I just saw him. It was fine. I was just following him on Blue Sky. Oh.
He just made Dog of Wisdom 6. What do you mean he died?
What about Bill Lambier? Is he alive? He died. He's totally R.I.P.
He might be alive.
Well, you said that last week, and even though I never found the proof that Woodburn died, I found that he would have been over 100. So I don't. He's like 90.
alive.
He'd be like 97 or something.
Lambeer is alive. Lambeer is alive.
You think he's still thinking about things?
I wonder if
thinking
he.
about the future of basketball.
I think he probably. This game probably wasn't a big success, and he probably was never considering making another.
But like, I know his name for life. I never forgot it. Or oh wait, that's their basket. Whoops.
Right, because he made a video game for kids, or he put his name on it.
Yeah, it's a lot of older athletes do that. Or like we were just saying how Tiger Woods is on a million video games.
Yeah.
Tony Hawk is basically a video game character.
It's true.
Put him in Smash.
What's he doing? I'm right here. I'm going through the TSA line. What is that guy up to? I think he died. I'm right here. This is my skateboard. I'm checking my skateboard.
Who's this guy think he is? Tony Hawk? Yes.
Yes, that's me.
Oh, you do you? Okay, do a kickflip then.
Wait,
Does a
wait.
kickflip.
Looks at his ID. Wait, you're Tony Hawk?
Why would you change your name to Tony Hawk? Are you some like Tony Hawk fan or something?
Or if he finally convinces them, they'll be like, why? Why are you Tony Hawk?
Why are you him?
That's my favorite.
Well, yeah, like how many people are gonna be like Tony Hawk? Yeah, I remember you being an athlete. Most people are gonna be like, oh yeah, I remember your game.
Right.
Bill Lambeer's career begun when he made this game.
As far as we're concerned, yeah.
We're helping them.
Wait, who are you?
I'm blue.
Ard.
Yeah, there was never any more combat basketball, but there was I remember there was a game called MLB Slugfest that was made years later that kind of looked like this, but with baseball.
You're just kicking each other's asses.
Kick
in
each
baseball.
other's ass in baseball.
Amazing.
Did we have any other games we wanted to do before we
Yeah, we
end
got
the
just
show?
like a few minutes left. Is there another one? Not on Super Nintendo.
Right. So bad at all of these games.
What about NBA Jam? You ever play that one?
Oh yeah, let's do that.
Yeah, this is an NBA Jam. Used to play that one at Ponderosa. Ponderosa.
Oh yeah, I looked up that address where the Ponderosa was, and found that it was originally a movie theater back in around 1960.
Yeah, that's right. There were so many things that were a movie theater in 1960.
Yeah, that building is kind of cursed. They always had like a steakhouse there that would go out of business.
Yeah, it was like the potions class.
The potions class. Yeah, the dark arts teacher.
It's always some
cursed.
shit. Oh, right. Yeah, the dark arts. Just some shit restaurant that would close after a couple of years.
Yeah, like Outback or no, not Outback. Santa Fe.
Santa Fe, yeah. I remember going to Santa Fe, and then it's like it's like a fake Tex-Mex restaurant, and I went to like Temple a few days later, and I was talking to like one of the moms at Temple about Santa Fe, and I was like, we went there and ordered some food, And then they brought all these chips, and I filled up on chips before my food even came out. And she's like, yeah, that's how they get you. And to this day, I don't understand what she meant. How they get you? How they get you? What? All right, well, I already ordered the food. They did not want me to eat the food. They wanted to prevent me from eating the food I ordered. They wanted to waste food. They wanted me to take it home.
This is how they get you.
How they get you.
They fill you up on chips, and then the next day your ass is expanded 3 times. They're fattening us up, Meredith.
How they get you. She knew something. They knew something I didn't know. This is how
men get us.
Ah.
They feed us.
They feed us so that we're docile.
We're just like the cattle that they slaughter.
Yeah, cattle to the lambs for the slaughter, full of chips. Can't resist them. We can't meaningfully fight back because we're lethargic on chips.
That's how they get you.
That's how they get you. That's how they get you. I don't understand how they get you. Do you? I mean, it only makes reasonable sense that they wouldn't want to get you. They would want you to order more food, expecting to be able to eat more food. You bring the chips out, and the person's like, "I'm gonna be full of chips by the time the food comes. I'm not even gonna order that much."
It's like it almost feels like you're getting them by filling up on chips. Then you can just like get a doggy bag and finish your food later.
How they get you? I don't get it. What do you mean how they get you?
I think people are just so used to saying that because everything has a catch or everything has a negative side.
Yes, like
That's
the
how
chips.
They get you.
Right. The negative part of unlimited chips is that you won't be able to eat the meal you ordered and paid for. It's like because you couldn't eat it, they tricked you somehow.
You're like eating your meal later and it's cold from the fridge thinking this is how they get you.
This is how they get you. Well, but that means you paid for one meal and you are actually stretching it out to 2 meals. So don't you benefit from that more than the restaurant?
I don't think she was actually thinking very hard when she said this is how they get you. Well, although, yeah, like, I do think it's because people are so used to there being a catch that, like, they've accepted whatever is bad about the deal already before even finding out how they get you.
Yes. Yeah, that could be it. If you've been fooled, then they got you. Bortland says they isn't the restaurant. It's just life. It's just
life.
Yeah. They get you. That's how they get you. That's how life gets you.
I remember, forget if it was that one Korean comic, but there was this joke where it was like, it's like a dad telling his son, believe me, there's no such thing as a free lunch. And then later he sees his dad at like a free pizza, and it's like, son, I didn't know you'd be here. You weren't supposed to find out.
Yeah. Oh, it's so good. This game looks amazing. This game still looks great.
It's
like,
cool.
I thought this game was so impressive when I first saw it, and it like the ground looks real, you know?
Yeah, like not in this version, but like you can see it a little on the stuff up on, like, sitting on the court. It's like there's reflections in this game.
Yeah, in the arcade version, all those people would be moving.
Yeah, and your characters have reflections on the floor. It looks really sick.
Yeah, no, it looks awesome.
I thought that FIFA game we were just playing looked cool. I thought that looked like a real soccer game.
Yeah.
Look at that shit.
Yeah, has anyone gone on fire yet? That shit looks so cool. He's on fire.
But yeah, that's like the combat basketball thing. They realized that, like, you can take some creative liberties in a video game. You could have people be on fire.
Right, because that makes like in order to simulate the sport, you need to exaggerate beyond the actual sport.
Right, like even this is like not the right number of players. You'd probably need a lot more players than 4.
Well, yeah, exactly. You're simplifying the game so much by making it 4 guys. Yeah, this looks so cool. We're gonna have to call it in just a minute. He's heating up. Let's see if we can get that fire before before we call it a night, though.
He's heating up. It's like me this entire like Thingus. It's just like on fire in this fucking
this hot
eco
room.
air conditioner.
Yeah, fucking eco mode set from last year.
Eco the dolphin saving the world. Yeah, was there anything else we wanted to talk about? Fuzzy Wuzzy was a bear.
Fuzzy Wuzzy had no hair. Fuzzy Wuzzy wasn't Fuzzy Wuzzy, was he?
What years Fuzzy Wuzzy was a bear?
1960s?
1942.
Really?
Yeah.
Like a wartime song?
I guess so.
Interesting.
Well, that was the first recorded instance, so it could be older.
Right.
It could have been wandering around playgrounds for a decade and a half.
That's true. I always assume when I hear a kid's song, I always assume it was like some folk singer in the 60s or 70s. Fuzzy Wuzzy was killed and skinned by Panic.
Panic?
The spirit from Hercules. All right, we need to call it a night. Mama tired, but see you guys next week. Maybe it'll be warm again, and
maybe we'll be on fire.
Yeah, maybe we'll be on fire. Bye.